Hey YouTube, Sam Frank here. This episode of Hobby Talk, I wanted to talk about this subject I've been hearing about constantly since the new set, Prismatic Evolutions, has come out. And that is the subject of pull rates. What does it mean when people are talking about pull rates? And they're saying the pull rates are so terrible in Prismatic Evolutions. Well, pull rates are simply how many packs do you have to open to pull cards that you want, basically, or to pull the chase cards is what most people are looking for. So when we'll dial back to the Sun and Moon era. You didn't hear a lot about pull rates back then, but the pull rates were really, really tough to get specific cards like hyper rares and stuff like that. You know, the hyper rares are like the rainbow rare type cards, secret rares. It seemed like you could get one of those, maybe one every 2 booster boxes. And in some of the sets, they had many hyper rares. So to get a specific hyper rare, you had to open like thousands of packs. Like over 1,000, maybe 2,000. Back in the EX era, there were these cards called Gold Star cards. They were a little more predictable because they were 1 out of every 2 booster boxes, on average, had a Gold Star card. And in those cards, there was maybe 3 or 4 or 5 different Gold Star cards you could get. So the chances of you getting a specific Gold Star that you wanted were not super tough. But pulling an actual Gold Star card was not easy. And that's one of the reasons why I thought, these Sun and Moon era hyper rares are going to hold up really well because they're even tougher to pull than Gold Star cards. Well, it's also the look of the cards were not that exciting. I mean, the rainbow rare cards are kind of cool, but pretty soon they all look the same. It's hard to see the Pokemon art on the cards. People kind of liked them. I like them because they're really tough to pull, and it was fun to make sets of them. But it just, people didn't like them enough to care about trying to collect them. That's when the alternate arts really took off because they were super tough to pull as well, but they also really had great art on the cards. So the pull rates of those are to get specific alternate art cards are probably very similar to getting hyper rare cards. Okay, so let's move on to the Sword and Shield era. You didn't really hear much about pull rates in the Sword and Shield era until you got to some of the later sets that had alternate art cards. Like, for instance, Vivid Voltage, it was super easy to pull the amazing rares. They were like 1 out of every 9 packs, something like that. Also, the Chunky Pikachu, the secret rare, rainbow rare Chunky Pikachu I pulled like 2 of them. I did open quite a bit of Vivid Voltage, but they weren't impossible to pull. But they were similar pull rates, I think, to the hyper rares, and also similarly, people got really tired of the rainbow rares. They just didn't look that cool. Today, they're very similar to hyper rares, where yes, they're super hard to pull, but don't hold a really high value because, they kind of look all the same because they're all rainbow rares and not that exciting. But they were pretty fun when they first came out to pull. But then when the alternate art secret rares came out, those changed the game. And that's when you really started hearing about pull rates, especially for this little set called Evolving Skies, where they had all the Eevee, well, they didn't have all of them, they had most of the Eevee evolutions in VMAX, alternate art, secret rare form, the Moonbryon, of course, the greatest of all modern Pokemon cards. The pull rates on that one, you would hear about that. It's so hard to pull Moonbryon. Yes, because it's a secret rare, and it is a alternate art. So you got the combination of those two things really made those tough to pull. And there were several different ones you could get. So to get a specific one, you had to open, I believe it was like 2,000 some packs to get a specific, like a Moonbryon or the Sylveon VMAX or the Rayquaza. I never pulled one. I pulled Sylveon. I think I pulled a Leafeon of the VMAX Secret Rares. And I opened quite a bit of Evolving Skies. I did get a few of the just regular V alternate art cards, which are really awesome too, but they they were not as tough as the Secret Rares. So now you enter the Scarlet and Violet era. The and you know oh and you know the those sets that had the really tough pulls back in in Sword and Shield and stuff. You look at the box prices of those now, and the singles card prices are outrageous. Moonbryon PSA 10s are going for $3,000 now, and the boxes, booster box of Evolving Skies is hitting $1,500. So super tough pull rates equaled very expensive singles, and the cards are going up in value over time. The booster boxes are going up in price over time, spiking pretty big. Okay, so now we enter the Scarlet and Violet era. The pull rates, people were complaining because it's so easy to pull the rare cards from the early Scarlet and Violet sets, and I loved it because I hit several of the nice cards and didn't have to open tons of packs to get them. Just opening packs on the channel and here and there, open a few packs. In fact, Obsidian Flames. This is Obsidian Flames. I pulled the chase card of the set in the first pack I opened. That's never happened before for me. So that was pretty cool. And so, I didn't have like a burning desire to rip a bunch of those packs when you already have, the big chase card from the set. And there's some people didn't like it. Some people did like it. And then the box prices tanked because there weren't tons of it getting open to find the chase cards. And I scooped in at that time and bought a few boxes of Obsidian Flames because I know Pokemon. Over the history of Pokemon, booster boxes always go up in the long run. And so I was able to get some for, I believe they're in the 70s. I've never seen booster boxes that cheap before. And scooped up a few of those. Now that they're out of print and people are starting to like Scarlet and Violet sets now, they're over $200 a box now, even with the easy pull rates. Now, fast forward to some of the more recent sets. I think it started with this one, Twilight Masquerade. So Twilight Masquerade, I can't remember exactly when it came out, but it's maybe 2 or 3 sets ago. It has a card that people really wanted, the Greninja EX Special Illustration Rare. And again, you started hearing these rumblings that, man, the pull rates have gotten really tough. It's really tough to pull that card. Pokemon adjusted the pull rates and made the chase cards really tough to pull. I don't know when they started, but I definitely first heard it with this set. And instantly, the booster box prices were much more expensive for Twilight Masquerade once people caught on that there were tough pull rates. And of course, the Greninja Special Illustration Rare EX card is, a very expensive card, especially in a PSA 10 already. And I don't even know if it's a year old yet. And that kind of reignited Pokemon in this Scarlet and Violet era. And it's very funny to think that when this new set is coming out, let's talk about Surge Sparks. Surge Sparks was definitely another game changer. This box, when it came out, this was the first booster box, at least in my recollection, that I was not able to get at the suggested retail price on opening when it first came out. it was just sold out everywhere because people wanted the Pikachu special illustration rare, and there's like a beautiful Latias card in that special illustration rare, and the pull rates are also very tough. These box prices have just gone up and up and up. It changed the way you have to deal with Pokemon now, where it's good to get pre-orders, and we're learning that lesson very much now. And I'll talk about pre-orders here in a minute, but this set definitely changed things where people are now focused on Pokemon, and it's drawing the attention of different areas like sports card collectors and investors. They're now looking at Pokemon saying, wow, there's a lot of value in Pokemon cards. And you know, it's made it really tough. It's made it tough for the card shops, because now sports card shops are now dealing with Pokemon. So there's a smaller little piece of the pie where the game shops cannot get as much products, and they're the ones that are trying to support events and all kinds of stuff like that, and gameplay, where the sports card shops are just selling it to make money because it's hot. And what kind of stinks about that is, like, card shops that are game stores that want to support a gaming community, they try not to sell the cards at expensive prices and try to limit purchases to people playing the games and coming to the store to play, because that's how they generate revenue, is having game events and stuff like this. So if they put their products online for sale, they would sell out instantly, and prices would get out of control very quickly. So gaming stores are in a tough spot because they have these boxes that are selling for 2 times what they should, and they're trying to support a gaming community, which the gamers, they don't want to spend twice as much for the game they like to play. It's all the demand on the products that are causing the prices to go up. And, everyone's getting less supply because there's a lot more individuals out there that want the products. And Pokemon just obviously cannot keep up at this point. And then you combine that with pull rates that are very difficult. It just compounds itself. You have expensive singles. You have people wanting the expensive singles so that they buy up the boxes, rip open the packs, creates more demand of less supply. And that's why the prices spike. Now, we're entering like a berserker age here with Prismatic Evolutions. Prismatic Evolutions, I was able to get one box, one ETB. And I ordered it a long time ago when I was like seeing these prices go up and up. I was like, dude, this is going to be Hidden Fates 2.0, where I'll never find this at retail price. So I went ahead and locked in an ETB at the rate it was going for back then, which way less than what they're going for now, but still more than retail. And then I told myself, I'll wait till release day, go to, trusted places like GameStop online, Target online, and buy some more when that comes out, in the retail setting online. That plan did not work because they instantly, whatever they had left over after pre-orders was gone in seconds, and I was not able to get any of that. So, I am glad I locked in my one box. And I'm not going to keep it sealed, whatever. I'm going to keep 4 packs sealed for my seal pack collection, and then I'll open a set of 4 pack arts on the channel. That might be the only Prismatic Evolutions I can get my hands on. I would love to open up more on the channel. But this set is causing angst. Even like big influencers that, it's hilarious to me, whining about pull rates that they're having to open thousands of packs to get the special illustration rare Eevee evolutions. You know, that Pokemon does this on purpose because they want extreme demand, and maybe they don't want what's actually happening, but ultimately they know what they're doing. But I shed no tears for these big YouTube influencers that are open thousands of packs of this and not getting the good cards, the chase cards. You know, that's not how you attack sets like Eevee Evolutions or Prismatic Evolutions. The way you attack this set with incredibly tough pull rates. The word is that it takes like 2,000 some packs to pull specific Eevee or specific special illustration rares, because there's a bunch of different special illustration rares. Of course, you can't predict which one you're going to pull. So when you finally do pull one, it's very tough to get a specific one. Those are berserker level pull rates. But, they're very similar, I think, to the hyper rare pull rates of the Sun and Moon era. And, the difference is these cards are not ugly. The hyper rares were basically kind of ugly cards that a lot of people didn't like. These are beautiful cards that everybody wants. So you have a Moonbryon type situation here where you have an extremely hard card to pull. Everybody wants it. It's a beautiful card. They'll print this and print this and print this and print this and print this until they stop making money on it, just like they do with Hidden Fates. I think they just eventually just stopped printing it, because I was able to find a little bit of Hidden Fates in the wild back when that set came out, but this set reminds me of Hidden Fates in that I don't think I'll ever see it at a store. And I know there's going to be fights. It's so stupid. I'm going to do another video about adults fighting over boxes of Pokemon cards at a store. It's insane. Stores really should just not sell them in the stores. Especially if you have grown adults fighting over boxes. It's stupid. If that happens at your store, if I was the manager, I'd be like, you know what? We're not selling them. Because you can't have that in your store. It's just an element that does not need to be in my store. Anyway, that's another video subject for a different video. So, here's how I am going to attack this Eevee Evolution set. I'm calling it Eevee Evolution. It's actually Prismatic Evolution set. And it's going to be the same way I attack Surging Sparks. The cards I want from that, I'm going to wait until, the supply gets, the market gets kind of filled with people ripping these packs and trying to sell singles. When the supply of those starts causing prices to dip, there's going to be a big dip in single card prices. It's super high when the set first comes out, and then it dips. There's going to be a point where it just dips so far down, it's at the point where you need to step in and buy. Get your singles then. Because over time, it's going to recover and go like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And because that initial surge of all these packs getting ripped, people looking for the rare cards, flipping them, selling them raw, people wanting to buy them raw to grade, that dip is when you need to buy your singles. And if you wait too long, it's going to be really expensive later. So don't buy singles when they first come out. That's the ridiculous super high prices that fools go in and buy at that price. Wait until that dip. If you think it's getting to the bottom, that's when you should buy some singles. Because, guys, look at the history of Pokemon. These Eevee Evolution special illustration rares are going to be very expensive cards. Always. and especially in a PSA 10 condition, just because they are so difficult to pull, and people have to open so many packs to get them. Don't be the person that buys boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff to try to find a set of these. Just buy the singles. When pull rates get ridiculous, buy singles. But wait until the price drops down on the singles. Don't buy them right when they first come out. Don't have FOMO, basically. So, I definitely am going to keep you guys updated because I want these cards too in my collection. And I'm going to wait around. Maybe I'll get lucky and pull one in one of my packs I open. I doubt it. The pull rates are so difficult that it would be like lightning striking me if I pull one of those in the few packs that I'm going to buy. But also, keep in mind, Pokemon is going to be printing these ETBs and special sets that have prismatic evolutions. They're going to be printing them to the moon. And I mean literally to the moon. You could take every box of these and stack them on top of each other like this, and the amount of boxes that are going to be printing that will reach the moon. It's a scientific fact. I don't know if it probably wouldn't, but you get what I mean. There's nothing. Pokemon has no problem reprinting stuff. It's not like baseball cards or something like that where they don't reprint things. This is a game. They reprint stuff. They know what they're doing. They will keep reprinting this until they really can't, because they have other sets they got to worry about printing. But there's always going to be reprints of prismatic evolutions. It's a special set, so it's going to even be even more so. Just like 151, they're going to keep reprinting 151. Who knows how long. They reprinted Hidden Fates for a long time. Very long time. So don't worry. This isn't the only amount of prismatic evolutions that's going to be around. So guys, hopefully you understand from this video pull rates and good strategies to use when pull rates get excessive, like they will be in prismatic evolutions. And that is, don't rip a bunch of expensive boxes trying to chase the singles you want. Just buy them. Buy singles. You'll save yourself a ton of money and save yourself a ton of frustration, because clearly people are getting frustrated opening this set. And, it's kind of fun to watch, kind of like a morbid fun of watching people just rip through this and not pulling these cards. I mean, when they do that, all they're doing is making the cards more valuable, because people are seeing just how ridiculously tough it is to pull these and how many boxes you have to open to get a specific one. Just buy the singles. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. And guys, be careful out there. If you find some of this in the wild, don't get in fights over it. It's not worth it. It's a mad world. All right, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos later.